That's cool. Hey folks, I'm the Mysterious JG.
Me, I'm Bobo the Vulture.
And we promised you that we would showcase the multiple endings to this game. So here we are, folks.
Last man standing match, you can see that
Meryl and Liquid Snake have both been defeated in the last man standing match with three-way dance here.
So Meryl is back there.
Meryl's back there.
Is she dead?
We've given in to
I'm not quite sure.
We've given into the torture. If you are paying attention, you'll hear there was a conversation where, in theory, they didn't know Snake was listening in, but they obviously, in retrospect, did. Where Liquid Snake was talking to Ocelot about how, oh boy, if somebody uses those 3 keys, boy howdy, it's going to stop everything, eh, boss? That's right. But they said at that point, Meryl is still alive. Well, don't kill her yet.
She'll be our ace in the hole.
I'm almost positive that doesn't change. But honestly, I played through the second half of the game pretty quickly on my own. Without Bobo being around, using save states that, much more abusively than we did during our playthrough here, to just short circuit any delay in winning the game.
Well,
quickly.
Honestly, just pressing the X button repeatedly to get through cinematics will massively cut down the amount of time that it takes for the second half of the game to get through.
It's really not a very long game if you skip the cinemas, although it's probably longer than Metal Gear Solid 4, which is about 4 days long with cinemas. So I'll give you an afternoon to clear it if you play it without cinemas. But anyway, there's two really possible. Well, there's really 3 things you could do with a bonus video. We could showcase the second ending. We could showcase the, quote, ghosts, which is something you can do with the camera, which would take a lot of effort, and I've never really bothered to do. And it's something you guys can look up if you're interested. But once you have that camera item, you can open up a FAQ and find all the places in the game where if you take a picture, on your picture, things will appear, ghostly images that are not... Yeah, we're not going to do that. Somebody did ask, and, I don't want to be rude about it, but no, that would take a lot of time. I'm not really interested in doing it. And the other thing you could do is go through and play through a second time and showcase either the bandana, which gives you infinite ammo, which we got from clearing the game after not submitting to the torture, and there's an item that we'll get for this ending, which is different. So this is one of those, if you want to see everything, you're supposed to play through multiple times. And I don't remember how you get the tuxedo, but you can get a tuxedo, and I think you have to play on harder difficulty, but you can play through the entire...
Maybe that if you play, if you play twice. Like, if you play once...
It might be automatically for...
It might be just like that it's the third item you get. If you play through and you have the bandana, then you play through again, you get the special extra item that we haven't gotten yet. Then you play through another time. Who knows?
Right.
Maybe it has something to do with the VR missions. Probably not, though.
But anyway, you can get it. You can play through the game wearing a tuxedo, which in Metal Gear Solid 3 that would make a huge difference because you have a camo index, which changes with your clothing. In this game, wearing the tuxedo does nothing except, if you think it's cute that Snake's wearing a tuxedo. Kojima, it becomes apparent in Metal Gear Solid 3, has this connection he's formed in his mind between Snake and James Bond that I don't think anybody else sees. But yeah, no. So the idea of Snake going through a mission wearing a tux gives him more of a James Bond feel, which doesn't really fit the rest of the game's tone at all. But it's kind of funny.
It would at least make
he emerges from a diving, like he pulls off his wetsuit and has like a perfect tuxedo underneath. Yeah. That is a very James Bond thing.
Well, but it would make if Solid Snake were British, it would make him, very hard to distinguish from his twin brother, who is also British.
Right. I think Snake is half Japanese, Liquid is half British, and both of them, the other half, is some mystery clone country. I don't know. They're half Outer Heaven
clone country.
Anyway, at this point,
you're too late.
I played through the entire game as the second half of the game. From where we put our save down, where we decided whether or not to give into the torture. And this time we gave into the torture. And there's a couple of early codec conversations where Snake's like, I'm garbage, and Megan's like, you go, cat Snake. Otherwise, everything pretty much the same.
You guys heard that, though.
They heard that.
Yeah.
So now we've just won, and this was just as irritating as it was when we recorded it. I've just defeated Liquid Snake. No, like 2 punches away from defeating Liquid Snake.
And he's healing himself. He just did the kip up.
Hopefully I will not have to load here. Hopefully I've made it to where I can win. Although that ain't guaranteed. Especially if the game gets all... Damn it, game!
Alright, so should I take a turn at trying to fight him now, or?
Fuck no! I played this game for like 5 hours. What I have to do is stop the recording because it fucks up every time we play with the save states, and I don't want to lose that intro. So
okay,
we'll be right back. God damn it. Okay, so yeah, trying to work with the save states. I only had to hit him about twice more. Well, I mean 2 more combos, whatever. Let's just pick this thing back up.
so he's got that life regeneration thing for his.
That's true too.
It's a little bit annoying.
And the game freaks out periodically. This may or may not be because.
Oh no, he's gonna try and step on your toes.
Yeah, that's not really gonna make a difference.
Don't step on my toes, Liquid.
That's the problem, is you hit the first...
Yes. Well, come on, he's dead.
He's dead.
And he revives. I'll admit in that case, because it wasn't like a dramatic kick or anything, you just sort of like punched you and you went, ah, and sort of took a knee and then eventually died.
I beat him twice already at this point. This would be easier if the game didn't kind of start freaking out and like, you know, whatever. I don't know. I might call it glitching, but where it just kind of stops doing its thing and starts having sound hiccups and stuff randomly.
Yeah. It's an issue of the means by which we're recording this particular run. Yeah.
Now can that be it, please?
No. Right, I forgot. It's gotta be.
I don't really care about that.
You're out of time.
Why am I down to having so little time left?
There he
Thank
goes.
you. Jesus. Alright. This is supposed to be a very quick video where we're just... Not that quick. I mean, it's just us talking over cinemas. It wasn't supposed to be a lot of gameplay involved.
Well, I mean, there's still gonna be, like, real shooter funsies later.
Yeah, though I managed to actually get through that. Well, no, you got through that the first time, and so did I, because I actually wanted to make sure that we saw all the stuff I remembered seeing. Hi, Snake. I mean, oh. Suckle up my man-teed Meryl.
Meryl.
Snake. Oh. He cares a lot more about Meryl if you don't save her than if you do.
Forgive me.
Oh, innocent one.
Damn.
Don't punch her, Snake.
She's got seriously hard abs, though. They would like
rigor mortis set in.
I gave in to my pain.
What happened to my no fear T-shirt?
I sold your life to save my own.
That was a good trade, Snake.
Yeah, I mean, what was I gonna do in the future
I'm a
games?
loser.
So why don't you kill me?
I'm not the hero you thought I was. I'm nothing. Meryl, I'm sorry.
You sure are.
I'm here to make you feel better, Snake.
So just turn around.
Oh, that helps a lot, Otacon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Otacon.
She's gone, Snake.
Because of me.
Pretty much.
I guess blaming yourself makes it easier, huh?
Hey, Otacon, you're really not helping.
If you do that, you can keep the pain at a nice, safe distance.
What the hell do you know?
Yeah.
Meryl's dead.
I do know
I'm
that.
lost.
So, are you gonna stay here and die? Along with her?
The sequel will be about me.
Snake. People die. But death is not defeat.
Not if you have continues.
Meryl won
That's
somehow.
what Hemingway said.
Hemingway, he really showed us how to end a life with
I
dignity.
lost Wolf, too.
Yeah, Wolf didn't...
But that wasn't defeat.
You won that fight.
Yeah.
She and I will be together forever.
At least to the extent that we were ever together during her life.
Because she was terrible and will end up in hell.
It's true that Wolf is dead. But our love didn't die with her.
Because it never existed. It was your love.
Life's more than just a game of win or lose.
Some gotta win, some gotta lose.
It's just a game of lose for you,
Let's
Otacon.
live, Snake.
You and me.
There's a parking garage right next door.
You know, we continue to make fun, but I always thought this was the canon ending. It's like Breath of Fire 2. It really is a better ending than the happy Hollywood movie ending.
It'll be okay. We can escape. You have my word on it.
You can trust that.
Otacon, you've changed.
You manned up, dog.
No, I mean, I had to get the urine out.
Life
Of course I'm
isn't
going
all
to
about
change.
loss, you know?
But it is mostly about loss.
It started. Those guys. Seems
jerks.
like they only hurry when they're destroying things.
Douchebags.
Good. Let them destroy it. But they can't destroy the human spirit.
They'll never take away our freedom!
Okay,
Whatever.
let's go. Meryl,
I never saw you move this
I
much.
hope you're still watching me. Maybe I can prove myself to you after all.
I disliked this video, Snake.
Hustle!
Snake, it's cold outside.
There's no kind of atmosphere.
My sneaking suit.
You better hurry.
Yeah, so how the hell does Otacon get out when this doesn't happen? I mean, the base still collapses even if there's no nuclear strike, right? Or maybe not.
Hurry!
I mean, this is just the hangar building. Maybe
Oh,
the...
okay.
Now you look like yourself again.
Yeah, you look like a pussy. Sorry, never mind. I'm just angry.
Wait, why are you the one of these two taking a fond look back on the giant walking nuclear battle tank that... Oh, okay.
Was, Otacon's baby.
Yeah.
Enjoy rotting on top of Metal Gear, Meryl. Metal Gear Meryl.
Man, it's a good thing he ran away. He just narrowly avoided the same fate as what's-her-face from Trapped.
Yeah, Rachel. You mean
Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah, I guess, because it wasn't Alicia Saba.
No, it was Rachel.
It was Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel's all over. I don't even think I found that Ration last time. Wow.
There's-
I'm doing so much better than Bobo did. Even Mr. Ration. Maybe you did fine.
No, I didn't do this section last time.
Oh, that's right. I actually, oh, that's not fair.
something.
I should have actually given you a chance in that case.
No keys.
It's...
You okay?
Yeah.
Wow, that guy's a lot easier to defeat than Liquid Snake. I suppose I should get a move on here.
I got it. Snake, jump in.
Jump on my love, jump in. And now the game's like freaking out.
Use the weapon button to fire that machine gun.
I forgot which one it was, okay? It's been a little while.
Snake, hold on.
Also, you probably want to equip those. Yeah, nice job, Otacon.
He ran
Do
that
some
dude
Grand
over.
Theft Auto
Awesome.
shit there, man.
Let's put on the radio station some 80s music that'll get copyrighted and have our video pulled off of YouTube. Johnny Guitar. Yeah, 1980s Johnny Guitar remix.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Flock of Seagulls with their new Johnny Guitar remix. Don't you want me, Johnny? Don't you want me? Oh. Yeah, you might still get a chance here.
Can't get through. Snake, you gotta clear a path.
That guy was really enjoying being
He
hit.
was kind of into it. It's a little weird.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna stay right here in the hopes that they line up a barrel the same way. Although they don't. I don't think this barrel's on this next one.
I mean, Barrow's not gonna like this one little bit.
This one's for suicide.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no! I got hit and I wasn't aiming at the same spot anymore. This is frustrating. It's not really helping anything. That the game is still just a little bit off with the whole...
Snake, you gotta clear a path.
Snake. I know. I'm awesome.
Great!
We're out of ammo. Let's do fight. At least we won't get to the last screen and then have to let a certain number of guys on screen. You can't just keep killing them one at a time or the game will never end. No, actually I'm a human being. Oh, I see. My name.
No, I'm actually soft. I mean, you know, like I'm made of...
Yeah, just keep going back and forth like that. It means I don't have to really aim at you.
Yeah. Oh, I think he knocked you off kilter there.
Yeah.
All of these slight bumps
Snidely
will eventually
whip
drain Hal Emmerich's health, and he'll
we're being chased down by Snidely Whiplash. Yeah.
I'll go negotiate for more slots in Mexico City.
Yeah. Sure. I'm gonna become the king of Chicago, sure. Oh, that's... I'm gonna be convinced. Not the same voice at all, is it? There's room for only one snake and one king of the world, Ma!
Oh,
that's right,
hit him
drive
like
back
right
up.
in the face.
Yeah, just keep driving up to that. There you go. Liquid could counter this, you know?
Look, he didn't get all the dominant genes.
Hey, Mom. Got the
And the thing that always confuses me about that was when people say that, is that they say that as though dominant genes are always the genes that show beneficial traits.
It doesn't really... Yeah, it portrays a somewhat simplified understanding of how human genetics actually work. The game about the nuclear walking battle tank with a railgun-fired stealth missile does have some scientific license to take.
No, but I mean, like, even
That's
in
just flat out
other
wrong, and
stories
it's
that
pretty
are related to genetics, like the movie, like I tend to equate this game with the movie Twins.
Mm-hmm.
And
there are strong thematic connections, yes.
Yeah. And I feel like that's, you know, I feel like they used a lot of the same sort of concepts that way, and like, no, just one guy had, yeah.
The Danny DeVito gene is actually dominant. People don't realize that. Arnold Schwarzenegger has 2 recessive non-Danny DeVito genes.
Otacon, can you move?
Better than Meryl.
It's no use. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
It froze and turned into ice.
But I hope he's dead.
What? Otacon! That's not like you!
Liquid's dead. It's dead.
Dead, that's what I said. It said.
Uh-oh.
So my hopes came true. Oh wait, no, I guess.
So you wanted me to be dead, huh? Well, now I'm angry.
Yeah. No, I don't even care about you, Snake. Otacon said he wanted to be dead.
Liquid, this is your last chance to call him solid and prove that even in your own mind, you think of yourself as being equally an important character. Fuck, I can't do it. Oh, good.
Die.
That's handy.
It's a sad day for dominant gene clones everywhere.
Well, recessive gene clones.
No, at this point, we know that he was wrong and had it backwards. This is a bonus video.
Yes.
We can't spoil things from the main ending. Although, as I said, I always thought this was the main ending.
Yeah.
Until Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, and suddenly Meryl was around and not a zombie.
Well, yeah, that's just the thing. I mean, and
We'll
I
talk
don't
about
feel
it
like
more
it's
in
much
the
of a
video.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Like, we're moving on to Metal
No
Gear
stealth
2
bombers in
next.
sight.
You will notice that some of the
Oh
supporting
no, the
characters
stealth bombers
are...
have improved. You can't even see them with the naked eye now.
Snake, can
I'm
you
not
hear
making
me?
all the same jokes again here because we
Are you
didn't go
okay?
watch the other video.
Colonel, what happened? The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
developed.
I was able to get into contact with the president.
Who was
Metal
also
Gear,
arrested.
The training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
It took a lot of work for him to build the tank and set up this exercise all by himself.
When he was arrested, he could no longer pilot the nuclear bomber.
Have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
Which is why, Snake, you're under
Washington
arrest.
isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Carlos Danger?
Hiroshima and Nagasaki
About
were big
Meryl.
secrets.
I already know.
She's a girl.
Colonel,
Meryl was my daughter.
what?
I didn't find out until recently. I got a letter from her mother, my dead brother's wife.
She was like, hey, remember that one time we
I
got
was
drunk?
tell her after this operation was over.
Colonel,
It's okay, Snake.
I'm kind of a scumbag.
Thanks anyway. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from you.
And from my
it's
brother.
okay, Colonel.
And my
Snake.
daughter.
I'm not a colonel.
I lied about that, too.
That's right.
My brother was a colonel.
Oh wait, I don't
Someone
really.
close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm.
But man, around springtime, they get raging.
Well, yeah, because that's when Mortis comes around and starts messing with the glaciers.
You to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No
You
danger.
shouldn't show your face anywhere,
You
Snake.
officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
It is the truth
Also,
for Meryl.
There's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Could we have found a
Okay,
different... Yeah.
Roy, are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry.
My brother's
Got an
wife is
insurance
still
policy.
around.
A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these
Caroline.
nanomachines will run out soon.
What,
They won't be able to
batteries?
follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
I owe you
Really?
one.
I look forward to that.
Pay you a visit like
Roy,
Liquid visited Master
Just
Miller.
tell me one thing
How do I get to Roy's
What?
big boy?
about Fox Die. What about me? It
What
killed
about Raven?
Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
So come to where she
How
is,
is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now.
beating her with a pistol.
I'm switching over to Naomi.
I'm Naomi now.
Naomi,
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry.
It turns out he was
but he
actually
had one
Colonel
last
Campbell's
message I
son.
wanted to say to you.
This is gross,
He
man.
told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yes, and then he went to
Yeah.
Hollywood.
He also
Look,
said
I can
he'll always
listen in
love
to
you.
all of the communications that you have. I
Naomi.
know.
Your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world.
Except
He
Meryl.
fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe.
I don't know, whatever.
Maybe now he's finally found some peace.
Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, come on.
He wasn't really my brother anymore.
He was Colonel
Ever
Campbell's
since he fought with
son.
you in Zanzibar,
He was a
he's
hero.
been like a ghost.
And as we
But you
all
can-
know, hell is for
A
heroes.
ghost looking for a place to die.
I wonder if I could take his picture using the camera.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's real sad. Anyway, when am I gonna die from your evil
Naomi.
death virus?
Liquid died from Fox Die too.
Oh,
what
cool.
about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
No, it isn't
What do you
really.
I'm pretty sure it was up to you.
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Platitudes are nice.
Yeah,
When am I gonna
so
die?
Line up.
It's up to you how you use the time left to you.
Good point. How much of that do I have?
Snake. That's all I can say to you.
You know what's fantastic about this is the entire time she never says, I don't know.
Yeah, she can't admit she doesn't know.
Oh, their hands
Each
touch.
person is born
Oh.
with their fate written into their own genetic code.
Like Meryl, who was the daughter of Colonel
Unchangeable,
Campbell.
immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I
It's
finally
most
realized
of
that.
it.
I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was.
That was
where
all a
I
lie.
came from.
Well, it turns out that I'm Colonel Campbell's daughter.
I
That
thought
guy
that
got
if I
around.
analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Batteries ran out of my codec, so I'm not hearing any of this.
I didn't learn anything.
Otacon, you're a scientist. Can you figure this shit out? I mean,
You can input all the genetic
you're an engineer. Surely that means you can defeat viruses.
Well, I mean, you know, like inner space stuff, like,
Could you
tiny
become
walking
like,
battle tanks go into your bloodstream.
could you become like Kabuki Quantum Fighter and deal with this shit?
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes.
Gene Okerlund.
Humans can choose the type of life they want to live.
I'd like to live a long life. Is that going to be possible for me?
Snake,
Sorry.
whether or not you're in the Fox Die program isn't important.
It kind of matters to
The
me.
is that you choose life. And then live.
Bomb abortion
Think,
clinic,
Snake.
Snake.
I'm going to choose life
Sorry,
too.
just
Until today, I've always looked for
I
a
did-
reason to
They
live.
barely had to change the.
yeah, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure
graphics
they
of the
used the
walking.
same, like, sassy, like...
He is pretty sassy, that Otacon.
Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for
Oh,
the future
brother.
for our children.
Chapter 3.
Living is a link to the future.
Lancelot Link, the secret chimp.
That's how all life works.
You know, they're only genetically different from us in about, like, a
Teaching
tenth of
each
a
other.
percent.
So Lynx too can be killed by
That's
Fox
how we
Die.
can change the
That's how
world.
Mata Hari died. She was destroyed by Fox Die.
I finally realized it. The true meaning of life.
I guess that's me pushing my glasses up my face. Is
Thank
that
you,
something only
Snake.
nerds who wear glasses do, or?
Only nerds who wear glasses. Come on. All people who wear glasses are nerds.
Until today, I've lived only for myself.
Sounds like a plan, Snake.
Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my
I've
life.
been surviving all my
It's not
life.
just you.
Woo!
That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face.
That's why I want the Undertaker Survivor Series.
Maybe it's written into my genes.
Didn't you hear what Naomi said for the last 5 minutes about
What
Gene?
about now?
She wasn't saying it
I
directly
want
to
to
us.
enjoy life. I really do.
Oh, that's great, Snake. Anyway, take
How
me
about
home.
you, Otacon?
I want to hate life.
Me?
Gosh.
I feel like a new man.
So what are you gonna do?
You feel like launching a tanker mission together?
Continue your research?
No, I'm finished with science. I'm interested in human
Scientists are
psychology.
suckers.
now.
And that's not science.
Good.
Yeah.
The whole reason I got into science in the first place was because I was no good with people. I was scared of them. I was scared of life.
But my experiences with these genetically modified terrorists
I
have
thought
taught me
I'd
not to be
never
afraid of
understand them, 'cause
people.
They're so illogical. But I finally learned how to like people. I'm not afraid anymore.
It's just too bad people haven't learned how to like you,
Than
Otacon.
I thought.
I'm just tired of always being a spectator in life.
Like a Let's Player.
I'm ready to live. I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet.
I'm tired of walking around
I'm
doing
not gonna
constant
hide
handstands.
anymore.
You giving up your stealth camo?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Probably won't need it quite as much in everyday life as I did in that freeze frame.
Yeah, they should roll the credits over to that.
So, this is where we say goodbye to our loves as well.
Oh, wait, hold on now.
Hold
buddy.
on
We can
there.
Learn about a new kind of
No
love.
thanks. I'd rather do it
Yeah.
myself.
I'm leaning in.
Where to, Snake?
This should just froze frame, then produced
My
by
real
Quinn
name is
Martin.
David, Otacon.
David Otacon's an interesting name.
I'm Hal, Dave.
Oh, that's right. Hal. Hal and Dave. That's a good one.
Let's go find
Maybe we
Taishi
should take a trip
Tsi.
to Jupiter.
To get more stupider.
So where you going, Dave?
I think it's time for me to look for a new path in life.
A new
I'm
I'm
gonna-
sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
Will you find it?
I'll find it.
Someday I will be the space baby.
I know I'll find it.
Kojima gave me some spoilers. And Alaska is destroyed by nuclear explosion. Oh, there you go. So I guess we've got a second crack at final thoughts if you wanted. Otherwise, we could just kill the video. But
yeah, you guys check out all these things.
Star 2 was signed.
It happened. They agreed to reduce some weapons and stuff. As of like 15 years ago, there's still that many nuclear warheads.
However, by 2012, Vladimir Putin had stolen some guy's Super Bowl ring, and now the world is back.
I thought you were about to say by then Vladimir Putin had stolen all of the nuclear warheads and was setting up in his own country that he was going to call Russia. But
no, I mean they're talking about how we're moving towards peace, America and Russia. It's like but now. Frickin' Russians are stealing our Super Bowl rings, and they'll be together on camera after some G8 summit, and Obama will be saying something like, "Oh, we just had a conversation. I was just telling him how my jump shot is the same what it used to be." And then Putin will speak up in Russian in the subtitles, saying basically, "American presidents try to set me at ease with comical stories of old age." Like, thanks for sucking the air to the room there, Putin.
I mean, I don't understand the whole nuclear proliferation thing, especially from Russia's perspective, because what Russia really should be pushing for is a single combat tournament by all nations' heads of state, because Vladimir Putin would totally rule that.
That's true. Like, if we went to some kind of, Dynasty Warriors style setup where, Cao Cao has to fight Sun Jin, that kind of a thing.
Vladimir Putin, head of state, most likely to kill you with his bare hands.
Putin is the kind of guy who would, sever your, I can never remember the name of the really important artery in your neck. He would, fucking bite through your neck in such a way to actually sever that with his teeth. At any rate, we have now some Celtic music and some Japanese names.
Yes. This, the genre that I tend to think of as Celtic coma music.
I'll let Dad hear you say that. Video Ordnance
Incorporated. Awesome.
Police knots? The police knots will never allow this.
The police knots, they have, futuristic cyber gloves. I mean, they're cops. They're future cops, right?
Future cops. They're the future force.
Oh man. But that's interesting because I guess this is.
I'm just looking for non-Japanese names. No.
And they happen somewhere.
No.
Machines modeling.
It's Moose Baby.
Moose baby, give me a hand. But they'll have, I guess in 1998...
Meow cow!
In 1998, I guess YouTube wasn't as big a thing, if it was even a thing. I can't recall.
I don't think there was YouTube in 98.
Yeah, if you were looking for stock footage now, you can find, I mean, it's interesting, the stuff you can find on here. You can find a whole bunch of,
you can find a whole lot of fan-produced Titantron videos for your favorite WWE superstars.
Yes, and music videos of Naruto set to pre-11.
There's probably a fucking Naruto video set to this song, actually.
I was about to say, come on, but then I was like, no, you're right. One of those tender moments from Naruto. But, no, but, you can find, 1960s film strips about the nuclear terrors and you or
cover
whatever,
your windows with duct tape to prevent fallout.
Yeah, New Vegas.
Yeah. Tappy.
See, there you go. Tappy's not Japanese, clearly.
Of course not.
Tappy land.
Greg Boisberg. Okay, because now we're getting into the English language vocal
dialogue recorders, and sure. Probably the person recording the dialogue for the English-speaking actors would benefit if they were somebody who was a native English speaker, or...
So anyway, folks, feel free to go listen to, find a video of the closing credits of this game without us talking over, because this is, despite the Celtic Coma nickname, this is actually, They trot this out later in kind of a nostalgia piece in one of the later games, and I always thought it was really cool. And it is better than the closing credit theme from the other games. So
I was like,
the next game has kind of a jazz song. It's just a perfectly good rendition. It's just
I mean, Konami in the for a while there, they were definitely into like the smooth jazz, chill theme. Because like Symphony of the Night, you had this whole the closing credit music from Symphony of the Night. Boy, howdy!
I don't know why Rumble Roses didn't have at least one pasty white, dark-haired Irishy chick in it.
Because they wanted you to accomplish something else in their life.
No. They wanted to focus in on. They had that weird thing going where it was like, all right, everybody's from Japan except for the Asian girl who's supposed to be stupid, and then the white people are all from the South except for when they're not, in which case they are from Canada. Because America basically is Texas as far as Japan is concerned.
I mean, that's not just
No, it's not
Japan.
just Japan.
It's a whole lot of... And it's funny when you hear the, like when people say, oh, what's an American accent? I mean, it's the same sort of thing as, like, people talk about British accent. They aren't talking about... Yeah.
They should be listening to Liquid Snake.
They should be listening, yes.
Brother!
Yeah.
No, go on.
Okay.
Keep talking.
No, that's alright. I thought you're saying something. You were asking me. You were just identifying who I was.
Well, you keep talking. I'll interrupt you when you talk long enough.
Oh, I see.
You're out of time.
Oh, I feel like I talked right into that.
You're the only one who didn't know. That's something we didn't dwell on. I'm surprised now that we think about it. Certainly when we first
there was
played
an
this
entire
game,
like 1 3/4 games where we were trying so hard not to just
spoil. Liquid Snake, apparently, we don't know for absolute positive he personally did it, and it wasn't his agents, or even that Master Miller died and they covered it up somehow, but he murdered Master Miller!
Yeah, Master Miller, the guy who was telling us about
not to drink
you
spit.
can drink your own spit.
Or 2 drinks.
You can drink your own saliva. Don't spit it out.
The important thing is that you choose life.
The important thing is that you swallow your own spit. And then don't leave it around.
But like Liquid Snake, I always thought he was such a great villain, and I didn't really hate him as much, but he fucking killed Master Miller, what a douche!
Yes,
He was writing his...
The entire unit was wiped out.
G-Unit is no more.
Those two are still alive. The Vector?
See?
Yes, sir.
Those two. Nice and
Oxide
ambiguous.
should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am.
There's something on the radar, sir.
Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Oh, wait a second, though. There was a difference. That stuff about only a well-balanced individual like you can rule the world?
Did not.
So you get extra cryptic dialogue. Or Iguana again, so whatever I did in the second half didn't really affect that.
Okay.
But we got stealth camo, folks, so that's your...
stealth. Yeah. Now we can be that stealth guy.
That stealth guy, Mike Awesome.
Yes.
But no, I kind of blanked on that, but because obviously when we played through this game, the first time playing through, we did have a lot of fun with Master Miller and his like safety tips, make sure you fat ass bums don't like eat a bunch of fast food and then play the game and like fall asleep. You're all logy because you're too fat and like whatever like hints he was giving us on
yes, he's giving us on how fat we are. It's really, really fat.
It's like, don't eat too much. You ate too much food, and then you play a bunch of video games and take a break if you can't, and don't look directly into the sun, you morons, and all that other stuff he told us. So we kind of realized, of course, like we had no idea that he was a...
But Master, that's where the fun is.
We didn't have any idea that he was a past connection of Snake's any more than the sense that, they just kind of introduce him as being an old friend of Snake's, and we didn't have any attachment. And then we find out he's not killed and replaced by Liquid Snake during the mission. He's always Liquid Snake throughout this entire game.
Yeah.
But now that we had the experience of like non-voice acted little 16-bit picture telling you to drink your own spit, I feel a much stronger. I feel a much stronger connection to him now. I'm so
Imagine
upset.
anybody who only knows Metal Gear, the Metal Gear universe, through our Let's Plays. That person that doesn't actually exist, but imagine that. Or somebody who played all of the games like in chronological order, who exists in Japan. But
I was going to say, like a Japanese person.
Yes, imagine a Japanese person.
Well, no, if you play them in chronological order, then somehow you started with Metal Gear 3, then you skipped 4 and played Peace Walker. You probably played Virtual Missions. There's something called Metal Gear Acid. I have no fucking idea if that even fits in.
Metal Gear Acid?
I want another shot at Metal Gear Acid. There is a game called Metal Gear Acid. I think it was for portable systems.
There was also a Metal Gear Solid released for Game Boy Color that does not follow the plot of this game, but is called Metal Gear Solid, and it uses the overhead style of the 8-bit games. And
I'm assuming it's not considered canon, although Kojima had something to do with it.
I don't know. I think it's not. I don't think it's one that tied, because in later games they try and tie every other friggin' thing back together.
Yes.
And make reference to every. I don't think there's anybody specifically from the Game Boy Color mission that got drawn in.
I think fucking Decoy Octopus probably gets mentioned somewhere in Metal Gear Solid 4, and it's like,
wow, big slam out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of who's the least important character in the whole thing. Because generally, if you actually, that's not fair because you do talk to him, you just don't know that's who he is at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I know that one of the Metal Gear games that I've never played. Well, this will be interesting, folks. So the plan right now, subject
question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to briefly try out the stealth camera so people could see it? As long as we're talking, or
well, that would involve switching discs, which may be difficult on this emulator.
Oh, you're right. Screw
it. I'll see if it'll let me play around with it.
3, 4, come on, baby, say you love me.
Oh, I guess that's...
I guess you have to start a new game. Oh. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'd have to switch
this one. Well, forget it. But now you get to see what the insert new disc thing looks like. We didn't show that before.
That's true. They didn't get to see the excitement of the insert disc thingy. But no, what I was going to say was one of the games we haven't played yet is on the HD collection. I have an Xbox 360. Bobo has a PS3. We both have the HD collection.
Yeah.
Which basically means that we can flip back and forth on how we play the rest of the series, except for 4, which obviously has to be played on the PS3. So, because of the way that the PS2 controllers worked, apparently I've read that it's kind of a pain in the butt to play Metal Gear Solid 2 on the Xbox because of the Xbox controllers are not pressure sensitive. You're either pressing a button or you're not. Whereas the old PS2 controllers, you could lightly tap or you could press down hard, and it actually impacted what the button input did in Metal Gear Solid 2. So it looks like we'll be playing Metal Gear Solid 2, starting probably fairly soon after this. Who knows? Probably won't be a terribly long gap, but it'll show up on Bobo's channel because there are probably still a few people out there who watch my channel and don't know yours exists, and vice versa. Every so often that seems to happen. But what I was getting at is one of the games of the HD collection that neither of us have played, which will therefore in a way be the most interesting one to watch as LP, is Peace Walker, because it's the only I don't know the story for Peace Walker. However, I'm curious to see who the villain is, because I do remember reading something about a whole story with the evil Gene. Capital G-E-N-E, as in Gene Hackman or Gene Roddenberry. The villain is named Gene. And I just remember...
They probably are thinking about genetics.
I'm sure that the name is supposed to be tied. But no, I mean, it is a character named Gene.
It's evil Gene Okerlund.
Yes, exactly.
You guys have a match against an amazing opponent. Yeah. Whatever that.
We're not going to die on this. But anyway, I'm looking forward to finding out if Peace Walker stars Gene, because if not, apparently there's a whole huge part of the Metal Gear story I still won't understand because I didn't play whatever game as you're fighting the evil power of Gene. Oh, I'm Gene. I learned some very minor magical spells and I can use my jab attack. Anyway,
that was the time that you have to, do a sneaking mission and infiltrate Semafort.
Which shouldn't be that hard because nobody really seems to care whether or not they spot you. It's a very strange country where nobody really seems that interested in what's going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like the type of country where you, a stranger, can walk in to the kingdom, go up to a guard and talk to the guard, and the guard will tell you where the king and the throne room are without actually like saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't go in there.
Well, that's not really a Semafort thing. So
no, it's an RPG.
All console RPGs ever
in general, but yes.
All right, so that's a lot of talk. We just talked our way through. We did a lot of talk after showing you. But yeah, no, I always thought that the ending with Hal, and we talked over it and made fun of it and whatever. But
no, we did it with the other one too.
Fair
treatment all around.
But yeah, I always thought that was the real ending because as you'll see in Metal Gear Solid 2, I mean, I guess it's spoilers, but it's spoilers on the very next video. Meryl's not really kind of hanging around. She's not like, it's not like you can, it's like two-player simultaneous co-op action where you can play as Meryl and help player one who is Snake. I mean, she just isn't really part of the story. And although she pops up again in Metal Gear Solid 4, I just kind of figured she was actually supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
And, maybe I'm the only one who thought, I mean, I wasn't. If such a thing existed, I wasn't hanging around on like Metal Gear boards and Usenet groups or whatever they would have had at the time and like debating. I always thought the real ending is the one where you escape with Hal, because when you escape with Meryl, it's just kind of like, well, how the hell did he get out of there anyway?
Yeah.
Whereas he actually is part of the next game.
Yeah.
Spoilers again.
Spoilers
for basically the opening sequence where Hal and Snake are talking.
Yeah, I believe in the introduction to Metal Gear Solid 2, he's on like your codec and you're talking to him or whatever.
Yep. He doesn't show up in the cover art for the game. That's all about Solid Snake and suspiciously all about Solid Snake, the cover art for that game, and you'll find out why that just seems like kind of a carefully made choice to feature a lot of Solid Snake all over the cover art for Metal Gear Solid 2, and I guess you'll see why when we get around to it.
I don't know what all this jibber jabber you're talking about is. I remember how the game went. Like you start, I mean, I'll bet you $20. We start Metal Gear Solid 2, and we're playing Solid Snake.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's Metal Gear Solid 2. Of course, it's a game about Solid Snake. I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they threw in the word rising, which is from a Japanese word that means does not have Solid Snake in it. Or no, I'm sorry, that's what revengeance means.
Well, it sure as hell ain't an English word.
That's true. All right, folks, at any rate, unless we change our minds and it pops up on my channel, I think we've pretty much committed to doing Metal Gear 2 next, so Metal Gear Solid 2 next, so keep your eyes open for Sons of Liberty on Bobo the Vulture's channel anytime now. I'm the Mysterious JG.
I'm Bobo the Vulture.
We'd like to thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Later.